Hey everyone, welcome back to Joy at Work. It's good to be coming to you today from Atlanta, Georgia. It's December 18th, 2020. The last two videos were done in Nigeria. I was there visiting and there also for my grandfather's funeral. Um, back back in the States, back where the COVID cases are through the roof, it was actually completely the opposite in Nigeria. So tale of two countries, if you will. But glad to be back. There's some who probably would say I shouldn't be wearing this jersey right now, given Arsenal's poor performance in the league. But look, I'm a fan for life, and you know we all go through down spells, so they'll be out of this at some point. Today, I want to talk a little bit about self-introspection. I've over the last couple of weeks, I guess, since my grandfather passed away, I've done a lot of thinking about my grandparents, my grandfather and grandmother, who are both late now, and the impact and influence they had on me, and the things I learned from them as I spent a lot of time with them as a kid, as a teenager, and even as an adult. When I ever go back to Nigeria, I'd spend a lot of time talking with them. And my grandmother always used to say to us when we were growing up, um, she always used to say, "Ije emero meeting," which means, um, haven't you considered, or why don't you consider having a meeting with yourself? It was always an interesting statement because what she was trying to say to us was, you need to take the time to introspect, to have go through a period of self-reflection and think about what you're doing here and why you're doing it. And that to me is such an important thing, the ability to stop and think and reflect. It's actually a key component of self-care, the reflection and the introspection, the the spiritual aspect of taking a step back and just looking deep and assessing the way things are going. It's very important. We get so busy in our lives, so focused on getting things accomplished, whether it's personally, professionally, and in other walks and domains of life, that we often don't make the time out to think and reflect about how we're operating and how we're functioning. We don't have a meeting with ourselves, right? Where we say to ourselves, do I like how things are going? Are things progressing in the way I want them to progress, or should I be doing something different? And so my grandmother always said this, and I remembered this last week while I was in Nigeria as I was just thinking about a situation. And I thought that's something we could all do a little bit more of as we just approach life and we approach work in general, taking the time to reflect on how things are going, taking the time for deep self introspection. And you might have your approach of doing this. For some people, it might be taking a long walk, and that's where you do your deep thinking, or waking up early in the morning and doing some meditation. I don't know what your approach is or what might work for you, but think about how you can introduce this practice of having a meeting with yourself and looking deep into yourself and figuring out what you can work on and what you want to improve and how you want to approach life differently. Having a meeting with ourselves allows us to cut out some of the noise in our lives. We're all very busy. So having a meeting with ourselves allows us to really take a step back and focus truly on what's important and what we really want to go after. I think about, for me, and as it pertains to work, having the opportunity to step back and say, how can I show up differently, or how can I approach this situation differently, or this person differently? It's extremely important. And until you have a meeting with yourself, sometimes you don't get that insight or that perspective that you need to operate a little bit differently. So think about it. Maybe you should start having meetings with yourself from time to time. All right, it's been good with meeting with you all again today. I'll see you around next time. Bye.